In this video, we're going to be talking about the major policy change that YouTube just announced that is going to be affecting creators all over YouTube, especially smaller channels. We're going to be going through the details, plus sharing some tips for how to survive and thrive on YouTube in 2018 despite these changes. But hey, if you're just joining me, my name is Sean Cannell, and this channel is called Think Media TV, and it's all about the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video. This is a live stream, but if you're on the rebroadcast, let me know where you're watching from in the comments. What's up, Justin? What's up, Dad of 3? We'll also connect with you in the live chat. But you've probably heard the news, and I would love to hear from you in the comments if you're worried, what you're thinking. We'll do a little bit of Q&A, but let's go first through the facts of this huge announcement that was just released on YouTube. So I'm reading off of and looking at the creator blog that talks about the changes for creators, but what they've basically changed is a monetization policy update. Now, this is not just if you're monetizing your videos and sometimes they turn yellow and some videos are being demonetized. What they're doing is channels that don't meet certain requirements will be completely removed from the ability to even have a chance of monetizing their videos. So specifically, this change is happening on February 20th, 2018. So there's a grace period right now, and we'll talk about that in a second. And to in the past, to be eligible for the partner program, the monetization program of YouTube, you needed 10,000 lifetime views. And so maybe you've been working on that, you've been trying to get there, maybe you were close and you were almost there, but they completely changed the requirements. So now the requirements are 1,000 subscribers total and 4,000 hours of watch time. You know, I also find that interesting because it proves a point that we talk a lot about here on Think Media, that minutes matter most to YouTube, that minutes matter more than views, because minutes show people are consuming your content, they're watching your content. And so now you need 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 minutes of watch time. And it's interesting because YouTube actually said this, and I quote, though these changes will affect a significant number of channels, 99% of those affected were making less than $100 in the last year, with 90% earning less than $250 in the last month. Any of the channels that no longer meet this threshold will be paid what they've already earned based on our AdSense policy. So I'd love to hear from you if you've already received one of those notifications. Let me know in the comments. And maybe if you were already earning some money and you're like, shoot, now I'm not going to continue to earn money. Now, naturally, for some people, they might say, well, these are the smaller channels. It's not like these would be channels earning tons of big revenue. But on the flip side, these are also, I mean, $100 is a big deal, right? Like that matters. And so I would love to hear what you think about this. Now, just a couple facts. You have about a month to get to those numbers. So some of you might be like, shoot, I'm pretty close. My watch time hours have been stacking up, my minutes, and my subscribers are close. You have a grace period to hustle and stay within the monetization period. The second thing is that you will be paid the money you earned. So if you already had ads turned on, but now you've got the letter from YouTube, the email that said they're gonna be turned off, they still will pay you out. And just a few thoughts on this, and then I've got some strategies to help you out. You know, it's interesting, I'm reading some of your comments. Kay says, I'm quitting YouTube. Restore Beauty says, I just entered my AdSense account and said they mailed me a pin. People have gotten the email from a lot of you guys. Adam does life. And so, but I love what Ryla said, I'm going to make better content and get to the goal. And I think that's a great strategy. You know, you might be wondering why this is happening. And what's interesting is even some people that are part of some of our private communities and programs, one of them is called Video Ranking Academy, and there's a girl in there, Jennifer. She has a sewing channel that meets these requirements, but she just started a new channel, and I think maybe her husband has a channel, and they were like close and they were crushing it, but actually they hit the watch time minutes, but the subscribers are lower. So sometimes you actually might be just starting. This is definitely going to affect channels that are just starting. But why is YouTube doing this? You know, I think that it is a little tough on their end. They say additional changes to the YouTube partner program to better protect creators. You know, I think the headline of that, and you can read it right here. I also link to that in the description below. You know, I don't actually think that ultimately them doing this is a bad thing, but I think that's a bad positioning of this. You know, it's really not to better protect creators. It's actually to better serve advertisers. And it's the advertiser perspective that this is all about. But consider this. If advertisers are not happy and advertisers do not want to work with YouTube, then YouTube might not be around very long. So, advertisers pay the bills. Mind you, creators, you, me, this community, we create the content, but advertisers pay the bills. They keep the platform going. So that's definitely one of the reasons why YouTube could do this. I think their PR of it could have been a little bit better. But I would love to hear from you if you have any questions about this or specific things. And we're also going to get into a few strategies. And so I see you guys here in the comments. What's up, Life of Homestead? What's up, Ludo Clack? Ludo Clack says, this is to weed out bad actors and to get people off that have potentially offensive content. And that is true. You might say, hey, why is this happening? Well, it certainly was originally triggered back in 2017 by what was the first adpocalypse. That was kind of triggered by the Wall Street Journal doing a hit piece on PewDiePie. And even though it wasn't true or really accurate, it caused a wave where advertisers started saying, wait, is my content going on anti-Semitic content, racist content, terrorist content? Are my ads being shown in places where I don't want to see them? And then most recently, Logan Paul, a big controversy with filming a dead body, putting it in the thumbnail, putting it in his video, and that video making it to YouTube trending and getting so many views and whatnot, and advertisers being like, yo, what are you guys doing? So I think that YouTube making this move is they're trying to make a huge statement to be like, hey, advertisers, we're cracking down to keep the community safe, to keep your ads going on content where you have the option of even controlling your content. They announced there's actually going to be 3 tiers for advertisers where they can kind of go conservative, medium, or extreme. Saying extreme meaning I will put my content on whether there's swearing, whether there's controversial content, but I'll reach more people, I'll get more views because that's a wider pool of content. Or I want to go conservative and only really be on family-friendly content. But definitely, if you have some questions about this, let me know. And I want to share just a few thoughts, and then we'll get to Q&A. I have 3 strategies of how I think it's best to respond to this. The first one is that I definitely am empathetic. It can be very frustrating and discouraging. I know how hard it is to build a YouTube channel from scratch because I've done it. I know how hard it is to build a YouTube channel when you've got family obligations, you've got a job, maybe multiple jobs, you're going to school. It's tough. And doing online video and creating video content takes enough energy as it is, let alone having something like this that knocks the wind out of your sails. And so I'm absolutely empathetic to this. However, my first tip is that absolutely avoid pessimism and choose to stay grateful. Kind of a weird tip, but reject pessimism and choose to be grateful. Here's the thing. In 2018, despite setbacks like this, and we have to realize there's probably going to be other setbacks, there's going to be other discouraging moments, but pessimism and complaining are not a winning strategy for 2018. There's a different perspective, and on the one hand, we could say this is such a bummer because we are losing out on a little bit of ad revenue. Here's the thing. You're not losing out on the ability to have a YouTube channel. You're not losing out on the ability to upload videos and share them with the world and build your brand and build your influence. You're potentially losing out on the ability to make a little money on the early stage of climbing and building your influence. And think about it like this. I just was on Instagram and I saw someone who their title for themselves was they're a vertical filmmaker, meaning they make creative content just for stories, Instagram stories and Snapchat. And they don't have a way to monetize. That's their full-time thing. They've built their influence doing it, but they don't monetize through ads on Instagram and they don't monetize through ads on Snapchat. They have to monetize in other ways. And we're going to talk about that in a second. And so YouTube, it's really been a blessing that we have access to the monetization and the partner program. But I don't think we should take it for granted. And sure, it could be discouraging, but really choose to reject pessimism, reject negativity. It's okay, I think, to be discouraged, but don't let that lead you to crippling negativity. If you're gonna win in 2018, you've gotta stay positive. If you're gonna crush it in 2018, you gotta stay grateful. And at the end of the day, let's think about this. Using YouTube and uploading your content there is completely free. You can upload unlimited HD content, unlimited 4K content. It's the best video platform. It is the fastest loading player on mobile. It's got the best features with end cards, YouTube cards, with the ability to put links in the description below, with really actually still a ton of favor for affiliate marketing, which is another way to earn revenue. Still putting those descriptions, links in the description below. As I talk to people, and I go to a lot of conferences and talk to people who are experts in other platforms, I'm like, yo, YouTube is the best. It is the best for so many reasons, and you get to be there and build your influence and have global distribution and have an incredible UI and UX, the user experience and the user interface, and they're always working on it. So this is very negative. I get that. But I think it's possible to say, I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to focus on, what I can do. This is something we can't control. It's like the nature of business, like sometimes things happen in business and we can either get, we can either get bitter or we can get better. So really choose to stay grateful, punch pessimism in the face, and just think, how can I build? Let me get to that number. Let me get those 4,000 minutes. Let me get those subscribers and crush it in 2018. The second tip, and this is huge, is diversify. Diversify. Whether this happened or not, my best tip for you would not be to build your influence and your income based on AdSense alone anyways. In fact, I think you could be completely successful on YouTube even if you could get access to the partner program, but you never turned it on. If you just said, hey, I'm just never even going to turn on ads because I don't care. I don't want people to see my ads. Good example is on Video Influencers, a channel I do with Benji Travis. We did content for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years, without turning ads on, because we actually wanted to reach people and build a community first without something interrupting our conversation and our connection with people, way past those initial numbers. And so diversify. So what do I mean? Is you want to diversify your income streams. I think the best way to get started on YouTube earning money is actually affiliate marketing, and YouTube ads is at the bottom of the list. Something like Amazon.com, something like creating videos and then posting links in the description below of products you review. Of course, doing all of that with integrity, but really helping people get value and building your income that way. That is actually how we went full-time on YouTube. Wasn't because of YouTube ads. It was because of affiliate marketing, specifically the Amazon affiliate marketing program. And so diversify. And so what do I mean by that? Well, diversify a couple things. Diversify your income streams. YouTube, in my opinion, is the best distribution platform. It's the best way to reach people, like we're talking right now, whether you're here live or on the rebroadcast. Like, we're connected. Well, I'm in Las Vegas. I don't know where you are. Let me know in the live chat. Tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? Think about this. Like, we're connected. We're talking. You're here somehow. You're part of the Think Media community, or you just typed in a search and you found this video, but we're connected. What is that? It's distribution. So now if, again, this is not a pitch or something. In fact, we don't even have these for sale, but now if I'm like, hey, want to get one of these Think Media hoodies? Pretty cool. Like, hey, link in the description, you could buy a hoodie. Well, YouTube can't stop you from creating your own merch. YouTube can't stop you from creating your own products. YouTube can't stop you from building your influence and selling your freelance services, selling consulting or coaching, from building your influence online and then getting speaking engagements, from having some kind of another business, or even like network marketing, building your influence and then building your network marketing team or your income and your sales. There are so many different ways to earn income, and we won't go into all of those here. We have other videos on it, and I'll post some resources in the YouTube description below. But there is so many other ways. So diversify your income streams. The second thing is also diversify your platforms. This is, I don't think it's doomsday for YouTube. I don't think YouTube's over. I don't think you should quit YouTube. I think now it's time to hustle. Now it's time to keep working. But I think you should diversify platforms. Be considering other platforms. Excuse me, what do I mean? Facebook, is not out yet, but there was also a huge announcement this January that Amazon filed for trademarks for Amazon Tube and OpenTube, that they're going to probably create a competitor to YouTube. Some of you might be on Twitch. In fact, let me know what social media platforms, what other platforms are you using. It's smart. Just like you want to diversify your income streams, because one day AdSense could disappear, but at least you got affiliate marketing, or one day this could disappear, but at least you got this. diversify your platforms, because if a big change happens like this, or a big change happens in the algorithm, at least you're building other things. That's why for us, we're focusing a lot on Facebook. And if you haven't connected with us over there, it's at facebook.com/Sean Thinks. Even if you want to check out kind of the type of content, some micro videos, some different posts, engaging with the community for ways that you can maybe support your YouTube channel. And I'll post that link in the description below as well. Thanks so much for the super chat from Brazil. I got to scroll up to see it. Trade Paratotos. You know, we're going to do Q&A in just a second. And if you do want to drop a super chat, we could prioritize your question. But diversify your income streams. Diversify your platforms. It's not good to have all your eggs in one basket. That's also why we build an email list. And some of you watching right now, we just sent out a newsletter because we're like, there's this huge policy change. We were able to actually send that to you, and you were able to be here because we've been intentional to build an email list. Why? Because if the YouTube algorithm changes or something happens, maybe we can't be connected with you anymore. We need to take back responsibility, take back really ownership of your brand, your platform. YouTube is rented land. Because it's rented, the owners can do whatever they want there. And so why it's a huge blessing and why I love it, you still have to realize that I'm not going to put all of my eggs in one basket. Diversify your platforms, diversify your income. Just like if you're investing money, you would diversify your money. Bitcoin's dropping right now, so I just bought some Bitcoin. Whether you think crypto is good or bad, let me know, in fact. Are you doing the crypto game? Have you not started doing it? Well, I'm diversified. But we know what we didn't do? We didn't take all of our savings and put it in one thing. There could be that could be a huge win for us. It could also be a loss for us. But if we're diversified in multiple different investments, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, crypto, and all these other things, as well as how we're building our business and reinventing in our business, diversification is an age-old truth that us as entrepreneurs, as video influencers, really need to pay attention to. And then number 3 is work harder and work smarter. You know, if things get tougher, then get stronger. You know, put in more work. I think challenges can be discouraging at first. It's never awesome when we get setbacks, when obstacles come our way, but obstacles offer us a chance to get stronger, to get better, to either rise to the occasion or to shrink back in fear and pessimism. And I know if you're part of the Think Media community, that your spirit is definitely the former. Rise to the occasion. Stay positive. Stay focused. Stay innovative. Look for new opportunities. Look for new ways to be building your influence. Look for new ways to get traffic and views and awareness. Staying creative. Here's the problem. When we get into a pessimistic mindset, it quelches our creativity. It crushes it. You know, when we're discouraged and negative, right? You're never creative when you're negative. But when you're positive, you can start seeing solutions. You don't want to get in a place where all you see is the problems. You want to get in a place where you see the opportunities. So work harder and work smarter. We just did a live stream over on Video Influencers. There's 5 tips in that. I'll link that in the description below as well. A lot of resources will be in the description. And I mentioned that last year at Think Media, we had to work twice as hard. Myself and our team has been growing, but we had to work twice as hard to not get twice the growth as the year before. Make sense? We worked twice as hard, but we didn't get twice the results in 2017. So what does that mean in 18? It just means you might just push harder. Well, you're maxed out. I think that take a breath, breathe a bit, you can find a way. You're creative, right? You've got great ideas. And if you stay in that positive space, you can crush things. Vlog Girl says, small YouTubers stay strong. I've got a 30-day challenge for you that I'll announce tonight, and I'll challenge and support you. I love that Vlog Girl's doing that, and I recommend doing a 30-day challenge like that. What a great opportunity. I know it's discouraging. Policy change. Monetization's going away. Maybe you're being booted out of the partner program. It feels awful. No, we never want to get kicked out of stuff. But on the flip side, man, we got 30 days. It was announced yesterday, January 16th. Today's January 17th. You have until February 20th as a grace period. Let's grind, man. Let's hustle. Let's work harder, but let's also work smarter. And what I mean is, I think to really crush it on YouTube in 2018, you have to have higher levels of strategy. It makes me think that, if it was 2010 on YouTube, you could kind of be playing checkers, for an example. And I love checkers, red versus black, and you're going down, get those kings, start, crushing the pieces. But ultimately, checkers is a strategic game, but it's not that strategic. There's only a few types of moves. There's only two types. There's either the regular guy and the king. And so if you were playing checkers in 2010 in YouTube, you could crush it. You could win. If you're just good, consistent, stayed at it. But to be honest, in light of the dynamics that are happening with YouTube right now, the challenges, the policy changes, the algorithm, whatever else is going to come our way in 2018, if you want to win this year, you got to be playing chess. And chess is a different game. Why? It's the most strategic game. Different level of strategy, different level of moves. It's more calculated. It's more surgical. It's more intentional. And if you play chess this year and you have a higher level of strategy, I think that you can get big results on YouTube. And I also wanted to not just leave you guys hanging. Those are kind of 3 tips. Number 1, punch pessimism in the face and choose to be grateful. I know this sucks, but there's also so many good things happening right now and so many good opportunities right now. You want to make sure you stay in a positive, uplifted state so you don't get crushed under how overwhelming this is, because overwhelm leads to inaction. The way you're going to climb out of this is by taking massive action, putting in massive hustle, being like, shoot, I'm going to double down. I'm going to post 2 videos a week instead of 1. Shoot, I'm going to study more. I'm going to, do more keyword research, find those good video ideas, things like that. And so number 1 was punch pessimism in the face and choose gratitude. Don't get bitter, get better. And number 2, diversify. Diversify your platforms, diversify your income streams, diversify your investments. And number 3, work harder and also work smarter. And so I put a couple things in the description, just resources for you. One of them is our playlist of how to grow your YouTube channel in 2018. There's some particularly big videos that you would want to watch on there. One's called trend jacking or trend hacking, like how to hack trends to get more views. If you haven't seen that, that'll really help you. There's a whole playlist of free videos and free training. Additionally, if you haven't seen our YouTube Masterclass with 5 strategies for growing your audience and your income on YouTube this year, it's an hour-long training over my shoulder showing you a lot of the tactics and the things that we did to grow Think Media from 0 to 1,000 subscribers to 10,000, and recently we just celebrated 400,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, by the way, if you've been part of the community for very long. It means the world to me that you are here. And so we break down how we did it. All the strategies that I use to be playing chess and not playing the same game that a lot of other people are playing, and that's just checkers. Just kind of doing the basics, the things that everybody knows, like have a good thumbnail, be consistent. Yeah, you got to do those things, but there's a whole nother level of strategy. And so I linked to that in the description below. That's also at tubemasterclass.com. And then the third thing is we also did a training at the beginning of the year, and it was a 4-hour YouTube strategic planning session for 2018, talking about our 6 strategies that we're focusing on this year, talking about our best practices, how we calendar out, how we actually stay productive. And even Heather on my team, she is building a homeschool channel, and she shares how she has grown her channel to, I think, 7,000 subscribers, over 250,000 views in less than 10 hours a week, because she's a mom. She's got a couple kids. She's a homeschool mom. She also works on her team, so she's got a full-time and beyond job. Here at Team Cannell, it's a little more than full-time. So, we put in a lot of work. We hustle really hard here. But she does YouTube on the side because she loves homeschool. She loves helping moms learn about that. Anyway, she shares her whole strategy. All of that was in a Grow With video training. Now, that is a paid training, but what we wanted to do is just go 50% off until the end of January on that one because of this. Now, I understand you're like, shoot, I'm already losing money. I don't have money to invest. That's fine. Then don't invest into any of our programs. Watch our free videos, put in the work, hustle hard, build your income in other ways, and then get to a place where maybe you could jump into our trainings. That's why we have a ton of free content, and we hope you always get a lot of free value here, but we also have ways for you to go deeper. So just a couple resources for you guys to check out, and let's jump into some Q&A. American Goulash says, Have the views. I have the views, but my channel's missing the subscribers. As you say, I will work twice as hard and show everyone what I can do. Boom! Cha! That is awesome. That is what you got to do. Get that mindset on, get that hustle on. You got that 30-day challenge push. And by the way, get real like nitty gritty with stuff. Be like, hey, mom, dad, can you guys open YouTube accounts? Should we open the same one? No, separate YouTube accounts. Hey, brother, sister, friend, high school friend. Hey, weird question. I haven't talked to you in a while, but I just messaged you here on Facebook. Could you subscribe to me on YouTube? Do whatever you have to do to get to that number. Maybe those won't be your like lifelong fans, but put in the hustle to get to that number. Makes sense? Think unconventional, I don't know, go door to door. Not selling Girl Scout cookies, or maybe give some free cookies away. You could get arrested maybe. They're like, are these poisoned? But like, here, here's some free cookies. You guys, anybody in the house have a YouTube channel? Tell you what, I'll pay you guys $1 to subscribe. I'm joking, right? But like whatever you got to do, I love that. Sleepless in Las Vegas, thanks so much for the super chat. Wolfpack Woodcraft says, we all beat the 10,000 view challenge. It's time to crush the 1K sub challenge, the 4K hour challenge. We are the best for a reason. And that's why I love Think Media Community the best, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are crushing pessimism. You're staying grateful. I love that. 3D Pen Creations. Do you do mentor sessions where you can help me? I have content, but not the views, visibility, or subscribers. And so I do a little bit of coaching. It's pretty expensive as far as one-on-one time with me. We also just launched, it's not launched, so we have a new thing coming this year called Inner Circle, and that's going to be the way to be to get a more the highest touch with our community, myself, my team, channel reviews, things like that. But more information is coming about that soon. But what I would tell you, 3D Pen Creations, is again, I do my best to, if you have, I hope you've already watched tubemasterclass.com. I hope you've seen that. I hope you've already watched a lot of the free videos here on Think Media and all the videos we have on video influencers. And I also, better than even investing in some of the higher coaching, like Invest and Grow with Video. It's 50% off right now. 4 hours of training is going to give you literally, you're going to be so charged with so much strategy, so much clarity, and so much focus to crush it in 2018 that those are great places to start to get your income growing. Our vision here at Think Media is to help 10,000 people create a full-time living doing what they love with online video. So we hope that you could be a part of that 10,000. But I recognize that back when I was hustling and struggling, that a lot of times all I could watch was sometimes free training I could find online. And then as I started to make a little bit of money, I would invest to go further faster in other products, programs, and things like that. So we want to serve you at every stage on the journey to help you get to that goal, to build really kind of a business around your lifestyle, to crush this online video thing. And so I hope that helps. Ashley asks, what does it mean for someone who is about to start a channel? To be honest, Ashley, I don't think, it's just the facts are the facts. I think that I wouldn't worry about it that much. In fact, here's the thing. I got to go rip my poster off the wall. Okay, here's the deal. Over on Video Influencers, we talk about this, and there's a reason why we talk about building your influence, your income, and then your impact in this order. Is that if you want to crush it on YouTube this year, right? Focus just on this. Now, these are cool, but do your best to just like not even worry about this. Got it? Just focus on building your influence. So that's like, don't even worry about monetization at first. Now, strategically think about it. But just thinking, I got to get subscribers, I got to get views, I got to learn my content. You won't make this with AdSense or any other ways if you don't build your influence first. Influence always comes first. And so if you're a new creator just starting in 2018, is the mountain a little steeper than it was in 2010? Yeah. Can you still climb it? Absolutely. Put in the work, put in the hustle, learn as you go. And when you build your influence, you'll see this. Despite YouTube policy changes, income will flow. When you have influence and you got views, traffic, subscribers, well then affiliate marketing works better. If you have merch and you have no influence, well no one's gonna buy the merch, so it's not gonna lead to the income. And so influence comes first, then build your income, and then as a result, it's hard to make a huge impact if no one's following you, and if you don't have any resources. Like if you can't pay your own bills and you're struggling and you're, it's hard to like really help someone else in a major way. But that's why we're all about, well, we don't just want to build our influence to get followers on social. And we don't just want to like earn income to help our own family and ourselves, but we ultimately want to make a difference. And for Think Media, like we're building a for-purpose business, whether that's helping with Convoy of Hope, Compassion International, who does a lot of work in developing nations or supporting of orphans and things like that. And I just say that because the reason we're even here, right? The reason we're even crushing it on YouTube and wanting to build our influence is so that we can make a difference and help people with information, help transform their lives with the content we put out, whether that's just inspiring, funny. There's a lot of stress, there's a lot of trouble in life today, and so people need that comic relief, or whether that's vlogging and just kind of creating a community and friendships and relationships and entertaining, or whether that's how-to content, kind of like Think Media. We really believe that it all leads to making an impact, but the answer is kind of a long answer to the question. You got to build your influence first. So if you're a new creator, yeah, this is stressful, but just focus on that content, crushing it, and you'll do great. Dorothy says, is the 4,000 minute mark or hours of watch time, where can I find that stat? And so the updated thing is for monetization. I put a link in the description below. It's 4,000 hours, not minutes of watch time. So it's 4,000 hours. So that's a lot. So we're hustling. We're putting in the work, right? 4,000 hours. Jessica says, do we get kicked out of the partner program if we don't reach it in 30 days? I thought it was just getting demonetized. Yeah, you do. You get kicked out of the partner program. So it's kind of brutal. Then what happens is, though, you can reapply. And, a friend of mine, Roberto Blake, mentioned a great point about this, though. The other thing that's interesting about this is actually a reality of like when he and I started on YouTube, this is actually how it was. So back when, in 2010, I was working on a channel called Think International, and I remember we had to apply for the early version of the partner program. They weren't just giving it out to everybody like they do now. So a lot of what we have been living in is kind of since the 2013 reality of everybody kind of being able to join the partner program. It's kind of going throwback to being a little more conservative, and it's sort of, I believe, raising the bar. And that kind of speaks to me. There's a great book called Turning Pro by Stephen Pressfield. And I think that it sums up the mentality that we need to have in 2018. And it's this idea of moving from, I'm just a hobby creator, which if you are just a hobby creator and that's what you want to do, that's fine. But if you want to crush it in 2018, it's moving away from this idea of just being a hobby creator to turning into a professional creator. If you're a professional is a boss. Professional takes charge. Professional says this is a business. A professional says, I'm going to invest in this. If you start a business today, and I live here in Vegas, if I want to start a coffee shop, my friend Omar on Think Media team, he wants to start a coffee shop. Well, that's going to cost rent. He has to get an espresso machine. He's got to pay for advertising. He's going to have overhead. It's going to be really expensive to start that shop. It's one of his dreams. So think about starting YouTube. Sure, you got to buy a camera, you got to figure out some gear, but like it's a very lean business. It's like the book, The Lean Startup. It's a lean business. So treat it like a professional business. And even if you get kicked out of the partner program, you're not getting kicked out of the ability to have a business and use YouTube as distribution. They're not kicking you out of the ability to earn money with affiliate marketing. They're not taking away your ability to earn money with merch. They're not taking the ability away if you're a graphic designer to have a PayPal button for people to hire you for designs or to send you to Design Crowd or to Upwork. You could hustle and earn money a lot of ways, and we have a lot of training on that. Val's life journey, thank you so much for the super chat. 3D Pen Creations, thank you so much for the super chat. Yakin TV, our channel is a small channel, but yet we want to give back to our subscribers by doing a free kayak every year just for subscribing. And we're at the starting point to pattern our account to help. I love that. That's awesome. Great idea. And that'd be super fun. I would love to get out in a kayak, film some drone shots, and maybe take a waterproof action camera out there. Infinity Banking Concept 101. In your opinion, does this mean with less monetized channels, the ad rate splits will be more over time? I think that they could be. But here's what's interesting is a lot of people will be watching videos without ads too. Like if people are still watching the same content and small creators continue to create that same content, then they'll be watching videos that do not have monetization turned on. So it could go either way. I don't know fully how to answer that question. Let me just make a caveat here and just make a pitch, not because I'm sponsored, but because I think it matters. If you have the resources to do so, I really think you should sign up for YouTube Red. Again, no sponsor, but here's why. And most people don't understand this about YouTube Red. Now it's $10 a month. I love it because no ads. You can watch more content. It's like all I watch is YouTube anymore. All Sonia and I watch is YouTube. You know, we sit down every evening to watch our daily dose of Phil DeFranco to get our news. You know, we love YouTube. And so we pay the money because there's no ads. Plus you can also, I'm about to get on a plane today and I wasn't going to do this. Probably shouldn't. I probably should be packing. I'm about to fly out to Arizona to speak at a conference, and I'm going to download some videos because you can watch them offline. But what's my point? With YouTube Red, when you pay that money, whatever you watch, 40% of YouTube Red money goes to YouTube. So $4 goes to YouTube. And then the other 60% goes to the creator, and it's split between who you watch. So let's say you only watch Think Media. Then at the end of the month, I would get $6. Make sense? If you only watch Think Media. So you actually are putting money directly in creators' pockets despite demonetization. So that's kind of cool. It's just like a side note, but like if you have the resources, and you might be like, I'm bootstrapped, that's fine. Then, you know, don't sign up. But if you have the resources and you want to make sure you can support creators, not only that, also support bigger creators that maybe are getting demonetized, that's not going to affect them if creators pay for YouTube Red because that money goes directly to creators. Does that make sense? Infinity Banking Concept, we give a steak dinner away every week to a subscriber just for asking a question. That's awesome. I love that. That's a great idea. Thanks for the super chat. Rich says, thanks, Sean, for the help and advice. It's priceless. I work in commercial photo and behind the scenes here. Fun curveball little tactic that we implement to grow our audience. Awesome. Questions. Caitlin says, what happened to all the revenue that you've made so far? Like if you reach $100 and you're only at 30, do they keep your money? No, they will pay out your money. According to the blog, and I linked to their blog post in the description below, you will get the money that they will pay out to you. So guys, I actually do have to jump onto a flight soon, but a couple things. Number one, thanks so much for being here. If you got value out of this stream, can you smash the like button? That would mean the world to me. And one other thing is there's a bunch of show notes and resources. The videos I mentioned in this video, we'll post those down there. There's also, we are running that Grow with Video special if that's right for you. If you want to boost, take it 50% off, and it already was 50%. It's like 75% off. If you want that 4-hour training for strategically planning 2018, plus tons of free videos. Again, if you're strapped for cash, then watch free stuff, hustle hard, work smarter and not harder, and you will be able to crush some things. Let me hit this question from Super Chat. Gear D-O-N-C. What's up, Andrew? I started 7 months ago, watched for a few years. Thank you so much for what you do. At what sub number would you apply for affiliate? You know, I think what I would do when applying for an affiliate has more to do with content than it does subscribers. So what I mean is I would not submit your YouTube channel to, say, Amazon affiliates with no videos on it. And what I would want them to see is that you are creating consistent quality content. So for instance, if you have a gardening channel that they see, okay, there's gardening tips, there's gardening reviews, there's gardening whatever, that just like the brand and the impression as that goes through can make a better impression on the Amazon team, so you get approved. But here's what we've been seeing lately, especially in our private community Video Ranking Academy, is actually they're approving most people instantly, but then they give you a 30 to 60 day window to make a certain number of sales. So what I would do is I would apply once you feel like you have maybe a couple of videos coming up that are maybe gear reviews or tech reviews, because that's kind of what it looks like from your name on your channel. A couple of videos that you think could drive some affiliate sales, and then that way you hit those numbers and get kind of grandfathered into the program. And so show notes and the resources below. If you got value out of this, hit the thumbs up button. And I'm going to try to spend as much time as I can in super chat or in live chat, but it disappears after the live stream. So if you could do me a favor, I would love if you have any more questions about this, we could do some follow-up videos. If you have any more video ideas for 2018 that you'd love for us to cover here on 2018, can you come back to this video, leave a comment, and then I'll be able to engage with you later, especially later this evening when I land in Arizona and things like that. JQ Vlogs, all I use is my phone to record, edit, and upload videos. Use what you got and don't give up. Stay inspired. Thanks, Sean, for always inspiring. That's a great quote to end it on. Thanks so much for the super chat. Remember, this thing right here is enough to get started. I recently did a video on my video editing PC now, and it's, you know, it's well produced, it's 4K, whatever. If you go to the oldest videos on Think Media, 7 years ago, I have a how to build a video editing PC video. I put my Droid X on the dash of my car. The worst video I've ever seen. It's like shaking. There's no image stabilization. I was only on my phone. But you know, that video has a couple thousand views. And I just started. And I did the best I could. And I just was driving around saying, you need a lot of RAM. You need some good hard drives. You want to make sure your processor is this fast. If you're going to, it was just tips on like what I knew because I've been doing an online video or video production for 15 years. So I'm just trying to share my answers and help people. Don't let discouragement, don't let, you know, a lack of resources. I've heard it said that it's not about your resources, it's about your resourcefulness. Figure out how to creatively use what you have to get ahead. And then as you get ahead and get momentum, you'll be able to invest in more, upgrade more, and get even more momentum. Start before you're ready. Start ugly. Start now and just start getting content out there. Stay positive, punch pessimism in the face, diversify your income, diversify your platforms, work harder and work smarter. And I'm super pumped because I will be seeing you guys in a future video. 65 drums, thank you so much for the super chat. I gotta go. We'll talk soon. If you can come back and leave a comment, that would mean the world to me. And until next time, Think Media is bringing you the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video. Keep crushing it, and we will talk soon.